At the end of your project, once you've closed it out, you may be asked to produce a project closure report to document your project. The question is, what do you put in it? The project closure report is not the same as a project closure memo, which formally records the end of your project. Rather, its purpose is to record the project itself, what you did, the outcomes you achieved, and what you learned from the process. So, what should you put in your project closure report? As with all project documentation, the answer is always, it depends. In particular, it depends on the needs, the style, the culture of your organisation, or on the format of project closure report that is specified by the organisation's PMO or the organisation itself. But if you don't have a template to use, and you don't have our project management templates kit, then here are some of the things to consider. A long list, if you like, of project closure report sections. Chapter 1 will be your introduction. In it, you'll include things like the purpose of the document and an executive summary of what it contains. Typically, you'll write this chapter last. Chapter 2 might be a project summary. This would contain a description of the issue or the opportunity that the project was designed to address. It would summarise the approach that the project took and the timescales that it worked to. And it would include a financial statement of what the project cost. Chapter 3 sets out your project outcomes. Here, you'll summarise the outcomes that your project has delivered and the predicted benefits that you'll get from them. This might include the original project benefits predictions and your updated benefits predictions now that you've achieved the outcomes. You'll look at the measures you've used to monitor your project and the actions you've taken as a result. You'll also set out your assessment of the project's performance, comparing the actual outturn performance with the baseline predictions. This will cover the schedule, the budget, the specifications and delivery, and the benefits achieved to date. Finally, in this chapter, you might want to address the transition from the project to the operational status. Chapter 4 is the lessons you've learned for the future. This might form a separate lessons learned report, or it might be included in your project closure report. Here, you'll cover the lessons that you've learned about things like the approach you took, the methodology you used, your risk management, your stakeholder engagement, governance, resourcing, technical matters, team leadership and management, and any other matters that you think are useful to pass on to future project managers. Although, crucially, the value of doing a lessons learned review is more for the people who participate than for the future readers. Chapter 5 sets out your recommendations and the next steps for implementing them. Chapter 6 would record the approval of your project closure report. This could include the project board approval, the project sponsor approval, client approval, or indeed approval from the head of the service for which the project has been delivered. Finally, Chapter 7 covers version control. It needs a history of the file versions and where the file can be found in the document storage system. There may be appendices to add, but this is it. A project closure report is a simple document. It can take a while to compile, and it is often required by organisations. So it makes sense as a project manager to keep good records as you go to make it easier to compile. And also, let's not forget that now artificial intelligence is good at summarising documents and writing reports. It will be a lot easier to produce a first draft of your project closure report now than it was when I was doing it. Please do give this video a like if you've learned from it or if you've enjoyed it. I'll be making loads more great project management content for you, so please do subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of it. And I'll look forward to seeing you in the next one.